Hi, so this diet, I'm going to dub the term the Lisa Heal Yourself diet. Um, I have tried many diets. I've tried all the diets actually. I've tried all the diets for long periods of time. And there's a place for all of them. So, as we know, fasting, vegan, raw vegan, vegetarian diets, these kinds of diets, well, mostly like without animal products, these diets and smoothie making and juicing and all these things, they are essentially cleansing diets. They're essentially detox diets, and they are essentially using all kinds of fruits and vegetables which are cleansing, they are detoxifying, and they help purify the body. So those diets are fantastic if you have extra weight to lose, if you've got diabetes, if you have cancer. All of these diets you want to detox and cleanse your body, and you want to stop growth, especially when somebody's thinking of cancer. They want to stop tumor growth, and animal products are um, growth. So, I mean, they promote growing, and so people with cancer can either do like a keto, vegan, juicing, all these types of diets, which are really great for cleansing. They're all cleansing diets. And then, a keto diet is also a cleansing diet. You are not eating much protein. You're eating very little protein, and instead of the carbohydrates to cleanse, you're using fats, so that your body kicks into ketosis, and the ketones are what is fueling your body, enable you to essentially do a fast. So it's just a long-term fast, same as veganism. And if you watch my other videos where I explain about vegan and keto, I really go into what I think, and so check that one out. But anyway, so those are great diets, amazing diets for resetting your metabolism, for stopping the growth, for detoxing, for cleansing, for everything. Now, though, your body needs to be nourished, and it needs to help grow tissues and organs, and it needs to maintain healthy bones and healthy skin and healthy organs. So we also need to make sure, and those come from animal foods. So animal foods are a healthy part of our diet. That's what the human body was built on. Animal foods, our bones, our organs, all these heavy, dense things that live inside of us are made out of animal proteins, the same amino acids that are found in our skin, bones, blood, hair, organs, are also found in animal products. So when it comes to animal products, you want grass-fed, pastured. They must be raised on grass, on pasture, on bugs, worms, everything that they would eat in the natural environment, and not fed any kind of grains or even organic food that is grains. That's not what these animals eat. They need to eat grass, bugs, other animals, whatever they normally eat. If it's a cow, it eats grass. You know, if it's something else, then it eats, like chickens. They peck in the dirt and they eat worms and various things. So whatever they're meant to eat is what you need to make sure that they've eaten. So you do definitely want to have animal products in your diet to build and maintain a healthy structure. And if you don't, if you stick keto or vegan for too long, even though they're amazing diets and they can heal and they can cleanse and they can detox and they can heal cancers and other metabolic issues, if you stick with it too long, you'll start to get deficient in things, and your bones will start to eat themselves. So if you become deficient in calcium, or if you become deficient in iron, or deficient in whatever you may be deficient in, you know, zinc, all these things, it will pull it from your body and essentially start eating itself in order to give yourself the nutrients that it needs. So it will take. You don't want to have your body take from itself unless you've got an excess of toxins. Then it can take those, but you don't want the healthy building blocks to go with it. So Saying all that, I do believe that you need to get grains out. You need to get dairy out because most people aren't getting raw organic dairy. And even if they're finding organic dairy, it's not raw. I would just definitely get it out because of all the food allergies associated with it. Unless you don't have any, then go ahead. So no grains, low or raw dairy, or get it right out. Low lectins, so all the phytates and the lectins, try to get them down. There's lists on the internet. No sugar, so don't add sugar to anything. Basically just sugars found in natural foods. No packaged foods at all. Low carb. And what I mean by low carb is high veg, high fiber, but no carbohydrates like that are found in grains or potatoes, those kinds of things. So unless it's a sweet potato, but that's a starch, so that's another story. Okay, so what we want to do is, so we want to get those out, and we want to keep in our superfoods, our raw foods, our vegan foods, our paleo foods, and our keto foods. Some fruit, some healthy, super food powders and things, and that's basically it. So this diet, which is called the Lisa Heal Yourself diet, is basically a combination of everything that is good with all the diets. So basically, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And Saturday and Sunday, we are going to reserve for any kind of paleo, vegan, raw vegan, or keto meals, as long as they're all organic, they're all whole foods. You can use nuts and seeds or some low sugar fruit on these days. So Saturday and Sunday are sort of fun days. So when we get to that part, you can cook whatever you want from approved recipes and things, but with your family. But in the meantime, so starting Monday, you want to do a water fast. So fast all day, because fasting is super important for just clearing out dead, like cells that shouldn't be there, creating autophagy, and just resetting your metabolism. So you want to do a water fast. Drink tons of water, as much water as you can stand. And I usually do probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 large mason jars full of water is the minimum that I would have. I add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Celtic sea salt is the best. And I add a few drops of minerals. So trace minerals, or plant minerals, whatever kind that you can find, to the water. And that's it. So that's a hard day, but that's Monday, out of the way. And it's cheap. It doesn't cost you anything. Tuesday, you're going to do fresh vegetable juices, and you're going to do bone broths. So this is also a fast. It's a juice fast and a bone broth fast, all in one day. So you're going to make sure that on the weekend or whenever that you have already made your bone broth and that you've gotten enough vegetables in the house. So you want to go ahead and juice your vegetables, carrots, cucumbers, beets, like whatever, lettuce, greens, celery. Go ahead and juice them. Make a juice. Put some, whatever. You can take a look at other videos on juicing. So anyways, make a juice, just a juice. Like an 8-ounce juice, and then an hour later have a bone broth, and then an hour later have a juice, and then an hour later. So probably have 8 glasses in a day, 8 to 10 glasses probably. So you probably have 5 of each, 5 juices and 5 bone broths, depending on the size of them. Wednesday, you want to switch to blender foods. So this is where you get out your Vitamix. In the morning, you might want to have a smoothie. You can go ahead and look at my video on smoothies, but you want to have a smoothie. Don't put much fruit in it, just a few berries for flavor. So go ahead with your Vitamix smoothie in the morning. I can show you a little bit more on that later. And then same thing, it's just mostly vegetables and some bone broth, and it's a Vitamix soup. So it's basically a smoothie soup for dinner, and then you can heat it on the stove. So you've got a smoothie in the morning, a smoothie at lunch if you're still hungry, and a smoothie soup for dinner. So Wednesday's all about the smoothie. Thursdays, you're going to introduce the raw food. So, a huge salad, lots of greens, lots of veg. You are going to top it with olive oil because at this point, your body needs some fat, and apple cider vinegar can be the dressing. Apple cider vinegar and olive oil, and um, a half a can of sardines. Go ahead and put that on the salad. And then for dinner, you're going to use your Instant Pot or your crock pot, and you're going to make a soup or a bone broth based stew, really. A bone broth based stew or chili without the beans, without the lectins. So those kinds of one pot meals that include uh, beef or chicken, like a protein, and tons of vegetables and some broth. So that's going to be what you eat on Thursday. And then on Friday, you have another big salad, same thing, tons of greens, tons of vegetables. Um, this time you're going to do a raw dressing instead of an olive oil, and um, apple cider vinegar, you're going to do a raw dressing, a raw vegan dressing with nuts and seeds and plants. And go ahead and put that on the salad, and no need for any protein or fish. You just want to make sure that you do get in some fish. So we had it yesterday, so this can be a vegan salad. And that night for dinner, you want to go ahead and make the same kind of dinner. So it can be left over from the night before if that's what you have. But again, it's a steamed Instant Pot or crock pot type meal with lots of broth, healthy fats, meat, and loaded up with vegetables, cruciferous vegetables and other things, onions, mushrooms, whatever. So you're having kind of like a stew, chili consistency, one pot meal. And then Saturday and Sunday are sort of free days, meaning you still have to eat all organic and all real foods. Nothing can be packaged, but you can make yourself fun meals, whatever you feel like, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with your family. Or if you want to skip a meal, go ahead and skip a meal. If you're just not hungry, don't eat. Only eat when you're hungry. If you feel like a few snacks or a treat on these days, it has to be paleo, vegan, raw vegan, or keto. So all the meals on Saturday and Sunday must be paleo approved, or raw vegan, or keto. So yeah, so if you do that, you can have a little more leeway on Saturday and Sunday, and then you're back to Monday with your water fast, Tuesday with your juice and bone broth, Wednesday with your smoothies, and Thursday and Friday basically with your salads for lunch and your stew one pot meal for dinner, and back to whatever kind of approved meals you want for Saturday and Sunday. So this is basically a healing diet that takes into account and uses the principles of cleansing your body with keto, with raw vegan, with water fasting, but it also takes into account building and nourishing your body, and really nutrient dense foods so that you can help to build your body for the rest of the diet. So it's a real good combination of everything, and this is a diet that you can sustain on. You can't sustain on a keto diet, you can't sustain on a vegan diet. You can do 30 days on this, 30 days on this, go back and forth, and that's great too. But if you're looking for a diet that has some structure and that combines the best of all the diets, and that's very healing, very nourishing, very detoxifying and satisfying, and one that you can do for a longer period of time, give this a try and hope it works for you.